There we go. Maybe you couldn't hear me. Let me go check my. Let me check my thing. All right, here we go. If you couldn't hear me because we had the mics muted, just let me know. Hey, and if you're with the DogeGod team, you can't get into the AMA through Telegram. You've got to check your DMs because I sent you the link where you come into the studio where we bring you on. The reason you can't access the Telegram, the AMA through the Telegram is because we're streaming this on several platforms at the same time. Okay. If you are just joining us, today we're sitting down with the team from DogeGod, and they've got a fantastic project going on, and it's really different. That's what I like about it. It's just different. Of course, it has potential. And for those of you who don't know about Trust Launch, our goal is to bring serious investors and help you connect with trustworthy devs and trustworthy projects that have potential. And so that's what we are trying to do here, right? So not just anybody can book an AMA on Trust Launch. We definitely want to have great projects. All right, I'm just waiting for the DogeGod team to check in. Here they come. Also, if you didn't hear me earlier, we're giving away a couple of NFTs during this AMA, and they will be given away halfway through. And so there's some of you are watching this on multiple channels, right? Some you might be watching this on Twitter, you might be watching this on YouTube, you might be in the SafeJet group watching it. In order to win, what we're going to do is we're going to give you a code word halfway through this AMA, and all you have to do is go drop that into the Trust Launch channel. Just type it in, and that enters you into the random draw. We'll give you 24 hours in case those of you who are watching the replay and you'd like to, and you still want to enter it, you can. You don't have to totally be on here live, and we're going to do that halfway through. All right. So I see the guys from DogeGod are here. I'm going to go ahead and bring them in. And let's do that now. Leo the Fixer, how are you?
I'm okay, thank you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfect. I can hear you perfect, mate.
Excellent, excellent.
Sorry, were you in the group and not knowing how to get back stage here? I thought that might have happened.
Exactly, I was.
Okay.
This is all new. This is new. This is another new piece of tech for me. So learning as I go along. Yeah, last minute pressure, extra pressure for me before I present Dodge God. No worries though.
No problem, Leo. And the spirit is here. Great to see you as well. I can't hear you though.
Oh, we can't hear him though.
No, we can't hear you.
No.
We'll
Okay.
we'll wait for you. Leo, are you staying off video today?
Yeah, hopefully you'll be able to. I'd like to screen share because I've put a presentation together that I'd like to go through.
For sure.
With you and your subscribers and stuff to just give you an insight into DodgeGod, if that's okay.
Yeah, totally. We'll get to that. I'll share your web page. Unless you're wanting to share, then that's a little bit different.
Hey, I'm flexible. Whatever, I'm fine.
Can
Whatever's
you
best for you, the
can you share
host.
your screen? I don't know that you can share your screen on your end.
Let me try it. Or I'm not sure actually.
Probably
See
not.
if
But I've got you guys queued up. Well, I've got your website queued up, so um, that's the best that we can do.
okay. Okay.
Can you see it?
I can see it. Yeah. I can see it. I can see it. It's not a problem.
Yeah, unless you can share your screen, but I'm pretty sure you can.
Okay. Okay. Could I send you my presentation? Is that
Yeah, sure.
possible?
Yeah, go ahead and
Is that
send it. What are you
possible?
going to send it on?
I mean, I use PowerPoint. What would you like me to send it on?
PowerPoint, Keynote's fine. Either one.
Okay, cool. So where shall I post it?
DM me in the group there.
Okay.
And oh, we lost your partner.
Okay. Okay. It's okay. Let me try and find you. Sorry.
No worries.
Um,
If you're just joining us, by the way, we are sitting down with DOGEGOD and the team at DOGEGOD. They've got some really cool things that they're doing, very different things, different than, and when I say different, not the typical dividend token. And so they're going to talk all about that. They just launched August 9th. They've done fantastic, especially in this market. So kudos to them. And Leo's going to send me his PowerPoint.
I'm uploading it now. I don't know if you can see the upload.
Not yet, but it'll come through in a second. Until that
Okay.
comes, though, until that
Yeah.
comes, what part of the world are you guys based in? Your team?
Well, we're kind of like all over the place. I mean, there's only four of us.
Yeah.
And we've got one in Asia, myself in the UK. You've got Spirit who's in the US, and our design guys in Romania. So it just so happens we've got all the time zones covered actually. So when it comes to looking after our Telegram channel, there's always one of us awake at some point. So yeah, this four. But then we've got many friends now, right? I mean, one of the things that I'm pleased about is, we're not even a month old, but yet we've got some real sort of key members in the community that have emerged, and they're already backing us up. So it's good. It's good. But
That's
yeah,
good.
that's
Makes
kind of
team
like where we
meetings
come from.
difficult to schedule.
Well, true, true. But then the benefit is, okay, because it's only four of us, it makes decision making a lot easier
Sure.
because I don't know if you've been in in groups where there's like maybe, six or seven, or even more, it makes it tough, right? For us, it's a case of the moment we figured out the time zone, that's like that's kind of like the hardest bit. But then once we're actually together speaking, we kind of get stuff done, which is nice. So yeah, so that's that. I mean, me personally, okay, if you want some background before we start, I've been in crypto now since 2013, 14. So I've been around for quite a while now, and this space just I don't know how long you've been in crypto for, but for me, it just never ceases to amaze me because literally, everything that I knew kind of like 5 years ago, I could almost forget about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I turn around to you and said, "Hey, what's your QT wallet configuration like?" You'd like stare at me like I'm some sort of weirdo, right? But 5 years ago, it was like that was the wallet to use, right? And how did you use it, and how did you optimize it and stuff? And all that's gone completely now, right? It's a whole new world, and I love it. I think it's really, really exciting, yeah. And we still haven't started yet, right? We're still at the tip of the iceberg, so it's just awesome.
It is an exciting space.
Um, yeah,
Hey, since
exactly,
your thing has
exactly.
not come through, if it's still
Don't worry, I'll
uploading,
start.
okay. So
Okay.
just yeah, hey, give us first of all like the 30,000 foot view of Doge God, so people can kind of grab in a moment like what it is, and then I do want to ask you a little bit like how you got there.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, you know, Dodge God was, created to do one thing, yeah, and it was created to be, when we started out, we wanted it to be the most profitable source of Dogecoin in the galaxy. Okay. When I talk to you about our past, you'll see that we all came from a scam coin that we're involved in. And what drew us to this scam coin was the fact that it actually rewarded investors with Dogecoin. And for me personally, at the time, I'd already kind of committed to Dogecoin because like I say, I've been in this space now for a while. I was around when Dogecoin was conceived. When it was conceived, it was a joke. It was a joke to Bitcoin,
Hmm.
and I watched it. But then for me, the penny dropped. The penny dropped for me in. Oh, if I go off track, put me back on track because I tend to deviate.
Yeah.
If I go off track, please, okay, that all changed in July 2020 because at the time, okay, I could have bought a lot of Dogecoin actually. Okay, but you know, if you were Dogecoin maximalist, it was like, yeah, no problem. It's gonna go. It's gonna go past the cent. We're going to the moon. But if you were everybody else, i.e.,
Yeah.
me, you would look at the charts, right, and you'd think, nah, maybe not. And I did my due diligence and I walked away from it. Okay, but then I kept my eye on it. Okay, and in July 2020, it blew past the cent. It blew past the cent when literally the whole world was saying it would never even get to a third of a cent, let alone 1 cent. And this is before Elon's influence. You know,
Yeah.
this and that was a complete reset for me. That was like, wow, what have I just done? What have I just lost out on? Okay, why have I made this decision? And it was about to turn. So from since then, I became basically Dogecoin became my #1 crypto. So when I stumbled upon this scam coin, you know, I was trading, I was mining, I was doing everything I could to accrue as much Dogecoin as I could, because my belief was that, you know, Dogecoin was going to be a top crypto and it was going to change the world, actually. It was going to basically do something in crypto that no other crypto has been able to do. And that's what brought me to this scam coin. I was involved in scam coin, you know, me and, you know, 3, 4 others. Okay. In fact, do you want me to explain? Okay, let me give you some background actually, because this will give you an idea to I guess where DOGEGOD came from. Okay,
Hmm.
but basically, okay, in July 2021, okay, that was when this scam coin was created, yeah, and it was great because it awarded investors with Dogecoin. Now, when it launched, okay, it pretty much like went from zero to about $10 million actually straight away. Okay, and that's because you know there's a market demand for Dogecoin, and you know they had a marketing campaign. You know they were doxxed. Okay, the contract was audited. You had the developers; they were very active in the channels. You know, I did all this while I did my due diligence. Right? Are they audited? Are they, you know? And it ticked all the boxes. Okay, one of the boxes was like liquidity pool. If those people don't understand what a liquidity pool is, you need a liquidity pool so you can do swaps. Yeah. They had a
Hmm.
liquidity pool of around $260,000, and that liquidity pool was locked for 6 months. So that was another tick box in my due diligence, and I thought, yeah, these guys are honest, right? They're going places, right? Well, okay, the end of July, okay, things basically started to nosedive. Yeah, they just got worse and worse and worse. It just started to crash, crash, crash. In August, okay, the devs they left the project and they handed it over to the community. Yeah. Now they left it for like many reasons, right? One of the reasons they gave was they were working on another project, you know, they'd had death threats, which I can understand, right? Because a lot of people were losing a lot of money, right? Okay, but
Hmm.
I think some of the stuff they were posting, right, they were just shocking, right? I think some of it was fabricated, yeah. But then also, okay, and the thing that kind of got me was the fact that they believed that meme coins were dead. Okay. Now, me being into Dogecoin and understanding crypto, I'm like, what are you talking about? It's not a meme coin. It's a cryptocurrency. It's just like any other. It's like Bitcoin, Ethereum. You know, it's a crypto. It has its own blockchain. It's not a meme coin. Yeah. And by the way, okay, all these other coins, right? Okay, Shiba Inu, a month later, it exploded. That's when it hit astronomical heights in value, right? So they even got that wrong. Okay. Well, the market cap then was around $170,000. Yeah. In September, myself and 3 others, right? Okay, we believed, okay, that a transactional ecosystem, yeah, that rewarded Dogecoin was actually possible. So we took over management. We took over management. We said, okay, we'll manage the group. Okay, you go and do what you got to do. Okay, and then when we get to $1 million, because we will, okay, let's have a discussion because we want to take this in a specific direct. We've got ideas, right? Okay, so just let us fix it. So sure. So that was in September. In November, okay, the market cap had grown to just over 650. Okay, we had a chance to finish the year over $1 million. Okay, we were happy about. The great thing is, we got to November, right? And it wasn't just the M cap, it was the fact that we'd actually delivered 1 million Dogecoin, right, to those that had invested in this scam coin. Now, those that were late were in profit. Those like myself, I didn't join. I joined in August. I didn't join straight away. I was break even. Unfortunately, those that joined in July, they lost a lot, but at least they got something back, right? So we figured, right, we were on track to finish the year at 1 million. We just needed the devs to extend the LP another 6 months, Okay, because people were like they were like, well, hang on a minute, why am I going to invest, if the LP could disappear? Well, we approached the developers and they refused. Yeah, they refused. Yeah, they gave a really stupid excuse of not having control of the contract, blah, blah, blah. And that for us was the writing on the wall. Yeah, that was
Mhm.
the shocker, right? That was when I knew I was screwed, right? I knew that right from the beginning, right from July when it started. This was always a slow rug. They had no intentions, right, of extending this or growing this project. What they were banking on, right, okay, is when they left in August, they were banking on you get to December and it's a ghost town. People have gone, okay, and then when there's no one around, they take the liquidity pool back, they take their 260K back, and then they move on to something else. Yeah. Well, because we turned it around, we kept it visible. We kept it visible, right? And what we did is the moment we knew um, that the devs were like slow ruggers. Okay, we didn't just sell up and then go, hey, look, these are scammers. No, no. What we did, okay, we turned around to the community. We said, look, this is what's happened. We believe the devs are scammers. We're going to give it 24 hours, and then we're going to remove our scam coin. Yeah, and that's exactly what we did. Okay, we gave it 24. We told everyone because we owe. We're actually building a community here, and some of the people that are in DOGEGOD today some of those people from the scam coin. They kind of like moved with us, right? Okay, we gave them forewarning. We left, and then in December, sure enough, the devs they took back their liquidity pool and they disappeared. And the team was formed, and that's when DodgeGod was conceived, and that was way back in December. So that's
So
kind of where we came from.
you basically were in a coin that the devs then were rugging. They turned it over to the community. You guys jumped in and actually turned the coin around, but then the devs still rugged the liquidity when it was
Exactly.
unlocked. Yeah,
Well, we believe them,
crazy.
right? We believe them. We believe them. Yeah, because I mean, I'm not, you know, I'm not the sharpest tool in the box, right? But I'm not the bluntest tool in the box, right? Okay. Like I said, I did my due diligence. Yeah, they ticked all the boxes. Okay, so when we had that conversation with them, that for me was I was in shock because that was when I realized that right from day one, they had no intentions of continuing this project, no intentions whatsoever. It was just part of an elaborate plan, and it's a lucrative plan, right? Because I reckon they made millions out of it. Okay, and I was devastated, to be honest with you. I was like, my God, I did all my homework, they ticked all the boxes, and they still screwed me over.
Yeah,
Ouch,
no doubt.
you know?
Some of the best projects today have come out of scams. Like some of the best projects come from teams that are like, "Hey, that just happened to me. Like, I can do it better." And so, good for you guys to do this. So
Yeah.
let's talk
So
then about Doge. Let's talk about DogeGod because, hey, we want to know a what it is, and then how
yeah,
similar is it to the project that you were just came out of?
okay. Well, okay. DogeCoin itself. Okay. I guess the only thing similar to it, right? Okay, is the 15% sales tax. Yeah, everything else is completely different. In fact, everything else is completely different to every single rewards contract there's been until now. And that's because of the fact that we've actually paired ourselves with a stable coin. Yeah, we've paired ourselves with CZUSD, okay, which is a stable coin. And that's given us like many, many benefits. Yeah. Um, Fundamentally, the fundamental difference between Dodge God now, okay, and all the other rewards token in the past is it's based on burn tokenomics. This is new. Yeah. No one's done this before. This is completely new. Okay. What this means is that for every single transaction, it triggers a burn. Now that burn does three things. Yeah. It increases the Dodge God floor price. Okay. So we have a floor price now. A floor price is a guaranteed minimum. Okay, now with every transaction, that floor price slightly increase, like, and then at some point, okay, if you if you're a priest, if you're a priest, if you bought if you're like bought on launch day and you hold the token, at some point, okay, that floor price will actually get higher than what you bought at, and it will just continue getting higher and higher and higher to a point in which, if ever you decide to sell, okay, you'll be selling at a profit. Yeah. The other thing, okay, that the burn does is it increases the liquidity pool because when we launched, we had a liquidity pool of $137,000. Yeah. Today, okay, it's around $200,000. Um, and that increase is down to the tokenomics. Yeah. The other thing is, okay, is the burn purchases Dogecoin. Okay. Now this is the game changer here, right? Okay. Because what it does is it buys Dogecoin with CZUSD, yeah? It doesn't buy it with DOGEGOD. All the other reward contracts, including DOGEGOD, had we have gone with, a copied, tweaked contract to what we had, then we'd have had the problem like all the other tokens have had before. Okay, and to generate the reward, you've had to sell yourself. So we'd have had to have sold, uh, DodgeGod to create Dogecoin. What that means, okay, is that is continual buy pressure. There's continual sell pressure. Sorry, okay, on the chart. You're kind of cannibalizing yourself, yeah. Okay, which is possible. You can do it, okay, but you have to maintain constant growth, yeah. Even to a point in which you have to keep growing, even to stand still. That's a challenge, yeah, and that's a big, big difference. With DodgeGod, okay, we use CZUSD, okay, to buy the reward, to buy the Dogecoin. That completely eliminates the sell pressure. So when you look at our chart, okay, every time you see a red or a sell or something, that is an individual selling what they had. Yeah, there's no token of, it's not part of the contract or anything. Okay, that's the past. Yeah, we're kind of like we're the first of, I believe, a new generation, right? Okay, we're kind of like a new improved version of rewards token. It's what innovation's about, yeah. You develop and you evolve, what's in place today to something else tomorrow. Um, that's the key thing. Now, there's lots of benefits as well, right? Okay, the other thing as well is with the reward itself. Okay, the reward itself, well, okay, that's spread over 7 days. So it's not a case of, okay, you generate Dogecoin, it gets paid back. No, no, it's spread over 7 days. Yeah. What that means, okay, is number one, it allows us to, have a ticker that increases by the second. That shows how much Dogecoin is currently being generated. That you can see, it's on our DApp, it's visible, it's a real number. If you want to take it out, you just click claim, and it's there, it's yours. But then also as well, okay, what it does is it's kind of like it's um, it's for the benefit. It benefits the ecosystem as well, because if you can imagine, right? Say for instance, you know, I've done a really, really good. Say for instance, right? I've done a really, really good impression. I've given you a really good impression, right, of DodgeGod. Yeah. You decide to buy one BTC's worth, right? You do that. That's a huge green candle, right? That is going to be a lot of Dogecoin generated. Yeah. Someone could see that. I could see that the next day and think, oh wow, oh wow, look, okay, I'll buy some as well. Yeah. I'll buy some. Okay. And then the rewards that I would get would basically be a 7 day window. So I would benefit from your buy. The same as if you'd sold. If you'd actually turned around to me after I've spoken to you and explained DodgeGod and thought, oh my God, this is a load of rubbish. I bought some, I'm going to sell it now. Well, you would sell and you would generate Dogecoin. If I saw that and thought, okay, that's interesting, I buy some, I would then benefit from that transaction, yeah, from the fact that you've done a big buy or a big sell to generate Dogecoin because it's spread over 7 days. That's another innovation that we have. Okay, the other innovation as well is with regards to transaction fees. Is well, any opportunity to cut down on fees, for instance. Yeah, those that bought in the early days of like their pre-sellers and so on that are bought, well, they've got their DodgeGod locked. Okay, they had 20% when it launched, and then 40% will be launched in the following 2 months. Yeah, when they transfer that DodgeGod from the DApp to their wallet, whatever Dogecoin they have automatically transfers to their wallet too. Because we figured that, yeah, we could save some money, right? Okay, instead of having two transactions, we'll have one, which is great. Because then that means the investor, um, it's another cost, right? That the investor doesn't have to worry about. And that's our kind of like ethos, right? Because we've made something where, because of our experiences before, okay, this is quite a lean, mean contract here, right? There's no fat to be burnt. It's it's very lean, okay, and literally, competition's going to be scratching their heads, yeah. you know, when we're well known, because today, you know, we're not listed on, you know, we're not even a month old. Yeah, we're not listed on CMC Gecko. No one knows about us yet. Okay, when they do, and when they start copying us, they're gonna have problems because not only is there no fat to burn, everything's invested into the ecosystem, but also as well, okay, they're gonna have to have the liquidity as well to be able to copy us. So if they don't have the 200K for liquidity, then they can't function. Does that make sense? Am I going off on a tangent?
Yeah, well, I'm going to reverse back a little bit because you said so
All
much
right.
in there. I think it's and because it's different. I think a lot of people will have got a little bit lost there.
Yeah.
So let's go back to in the simplest terms, when somebody invests in DOGEGOD, they are
Yeah.
going to own the DOGEGOD token, but they're also going to get dividends paid to them in Dogecoin.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
And but what's happening is it's not Doge God coins that you have to sell to buy Doge coin. This comes from CZ. And so maybe you can explain that a little
Yeah.
bit so people understand how that works and that partnership that you created with them.
Okay, that's a difficult bit now because I'm not the developer, right?
Because at some
I
point,
will.
right, like at some
Maybe I
point,
can
money
help with
has
that.
to
I'm
go out
sorry.
of the protocol.
Yeah,
Is
in that
is
case,
that
yeah. Let me explain. Yeah, Jay, this is a good chance for you to talk. Yeah, why don't
Let,
you answer that
can I
question?
get the question again? I apologize. I'm in Telegram. I'm kind of going back and forth. I'm trying to make
Hey, no
sure that
worries,
I'm
no
answering everyone's
worries, buddy,
question.
no worries. Hey, glad that you could get back in and you got your sound working. So good to have you here.
Thanks for having me,
So
James. I really appreciate it.
hey, no worries, no worries. Oh, the question is, you know, as Leo had said, like, hey, you're not using Doge God coins to buy Dogecoin, which then you know creates sales pressure. Instead, you're having CZ purchase the Doge coins, but at some points, but still, how does that work? Because at some point, like money still has to go out to purchase Dogecoin because you know Dogecoin is a separate token. So that's what we're trying to understand.
So the CZSD pairing, the Doge Gods paired to, once the transaction takes place, the CZSD is removed from the Doge God and the Doge God is burned. And that Doge God will never come back. That CZSD that is taken from the pair, it's locked into the contract, locked into liquidity, which raises the price floor. We have a tungsten price floor. I like to call it the tungsten price floor. It's unbreakable, and I welcome and I encourage members out there to come and try and break it. Um, it and we can discuss that more too. Now, when that CZSD is locked into the contract, a portion of that is used to buy the Dogecoin, and then dispersed to all the holders.
And the price floor, and I think that's something too. If you can explain that for people, because I think people want to understand how that works. I mean, those words get thrown around a lot, but you guys have a cool system and how you're working that. So you want to explain the price floor to people?
Yeah. So see, Zodiac DeFi Bank, they need to protect their assets, right? So in order for us to partner with them, we need to create our tokenomics to respect their ecosystem in CZSD because it's pegged to $1. Now, the great symbiotic process of this whole relationship is because we're not scammers and we want a lifelong project of sustainability. So since we both symbiotically want the same thing, we're protecting one another. Now that's where the price floor is developed and created, because that price floor keeps all transactions from depegging CZSD, which creates this rise because of the construct and developing it to never be broken, never affect CZSD, and vice versa. CZSD asset is protected, it's coded in so that this price floor is established within our ecosystem so that it can never be broken. And just all these projects out here, they don't implement this kind of construct. It's the technology behind it, the workload, it's immense. That's where it's divine in a way. We originally were going to have a project that turned out to be like every other token out there. And that's not what we wanted. And we almost succumbed to the process of being like every token out there. And that's where the divinity comes in, because that ended up being scrapped. We had been in talks with Zodiac DeFi Bank for much time prior to partnering with them, and it just all came together. It just fell into place. I'm sure Leo's going to get into the team and who the team is, and the creator of Zodiac DeFi Bank is one of our team members. Because of this symbiotic relationship and us meshing so well. I encourage more projects to do the work that it takes to create a price floor. Even if you cannot get it to be ever rising, because you will protect your investors. DOGEGOD is geared for the novice investor, the veteran investor, to come in and take part in the ecosystem. Like Leo explains all the time, even just buy a little if you don't understand, if you don't trust, because the space, it's filled with very knowledgeable individuals that don't have any morals, and they create things that are quite impressive, that are designed to take advantage of you. And that's where Leo always explains, please, if you don't understand it, because most people, they need to try something to understand it. And I mean, that's what we did on the previous token that we all met each other. We wanted Dogecoin. They were rewarding in Dogecoin. We bought a little, we tried it out. We saw we could get a lot of Dogecoin. So we bought more, we hung into it. We didn't know that months and months and months later, they were just going to, destroy the project and use it for their own personal benefit.
Yeah, I like the fact that you guys did your homework and that you didn't just tweak another contract that was existing, and you went this extra step. And that's what helps, DeFi evolve, is doing the work like that. And correct me if I'm wrong, Jay, but price floor basically means that if everybody sold, that would be the price at the end. Like, it, in a sense, that's the bottom support, correct?
That is correct.
Well, no, that's wrong.
Go ahead,
actually.
Leo.
That's
Don't
wrong.
tell him.
No, well, hey, that's kind of wrong, right? Because if everyone sells at the same time, there'll be lots of transactions, right?
Yeah.
With every transaction, the floor price will increase. So the actual floor price will be higher. In fact, it'd be a lot higher, actually, if everyone sold at the same time, than 11.5% today. So when you see the DApp, I mean, we're transparent, all our numbers are visible, they're taken straight off the blockchain and stuff. So when you see 11.5%, that's never going to happen. That's kind of like an impossible minimum number, because if everyone dumped at the same time, that would generate lots of transactions, and those transactions would generate a higher floor price.
$80,000 worth of transactions, what we'd see if everyone sold. So the price floor right now has gone up, I believe, 11% since we started.
Yeah, 11.
So I would say another 11% or more. And the Dogecoin reward would be absolutely phenomenal, because the way the tokenomics are set up, the closer we get to that price floor, the more Dogecoin is exploding into everyone's wallets.
But for us, the floor price is kind of like, it's not really, it's nice. Okay, it's nice. It's a nice thing to talk about and stuff, but it really comes into play, a year from now. Yeah, once we've had, once we've grown, once our market cap increases, once our transactional volume's gone up, that's when you'll start to see the, I would say, more of a benefit, okay, to the floor price, because we've only just started out. So, but maybe a year down the road, or 6 months down the road, when things are a lot higher and we have more of a throughput, okay, that's when the floor price will come into its own. And I can guarantee that, when the floor price crosses the pre-sale price, or the launch price, I'll be screaming from the rooftops, right?
Oh wow.
But until then, I'm just going to go, hey, this is
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, we're always trying to find different ways to protect investors, right? With different technology or different innovations. And so that's, you guys have done here is really cool to do that, because it does give some security to investors to know that that's in place and that you're paired with a stable coin. And not a lot of tokens have done that. I sometimes wonder if, how in crypto, there's trends that come and go, like Rebase, right? So Rebase was kicked off by Titano, but now we're seeing less and less of these Rebase coming out. I wonder even sometimes with the dividend tokens, do you think that the dividend token as we knew it in the past, do you think that is coming to an end? In other words, if people don't come up with innovations like you guys have done, that they won't survive?
Yeah, it's dead. Definitely. Definitely. Because at a fundamental level, okay, the old ways depend on constant growth. If there's no growth, okay, if there's then there's no, then if the growth doesn't pay for the reward, then you'll see price drop. And that's what you see with rewards tokens today. And had we have gone with the old model, that would have been a challenge that we'd have had to have faced, yeah. And that's why it was such an amazing, collaboration, yeah, when we got together with CZ Zodiac, because it meant that we could eliminate that from the equation, because they do cannibalize themselves. That's the problem, yeah. So you've invested in a token that generates Dogecoin. That token has to sell itself to pay for your Dogecoin. Okay, so you're kind of cannibalizing your investment. This is completely different. This completely eliminates that because of the CZ pairing and the fact that being a stable coin, it's always worth $1, right? There's always a value associated with it, and also as well, in fact, the key thing to add actually, now that it's a really good point that you make, right, is the fact that you can't copy the contract and come up with an algorithmic stablecoin for it to work. Yeah, there needs to be assets behind it. There needs to be solid assets behind it, and that's what really, for us was a real, major positive with working with CZ Zodiac, because it's a stable coin, but it's a stable coin not linked by any algorithmic assets, right? There's a balance sheet, yeah, that they publish every quarter, I think, that breaks down, where the value comes from. It's tied to tangible assets, to real assets, which gives us which gives us the advantage, because it gives us a really strong foundation to grow upon. If you're a competitor, it's not so much of an advantage, because you need a similar kind of foundation if you're going to come in with something similar. So and it's a challenge, right? Because for us, we have to, we live in a sea of scams, right? We live in a sea of scams and a sea of projects that have been ill thought out, products that they don't necessarily have to be scams, but they start off as great ideas, but then they can't take those ideas to the next level. And that's the world that we live in. And that's why, our focus on the moment until the market starts to turn, until the market becomes more bullish. That's why our focus is on forums like this, where we get to talk about the tokenomics, because it is an element of education here. We can't just say, oh, this is ours, this is theirs, we're better, buy us, boom, boom, job done, right? It's not, because it's like you alluded to at the beginning, right? Everything about us is completely different, and we need to get that message across to investors.
Yeah, for sure. And as I see it, when I see reward tokens, dividend tokens, that at the end of the day, unless again, there's always a constant pressure that they've got to bring in new investors, right? Because you've got to bring in money to feed everyone else who's already at the table. And so, of course, you're going to do that with new investors, but then also that gets more and more challenging, which is why you need some kind of usually revenue generating utility, right? So we understand that from our world. You guys have taken some pressure off of you just the way you've set this up, which is brilliant. But let's talk a little bit about utilities in the future. I know that on your website you've said like, hey, we're playing our cards close to our chest. We're not like telling everything that we're doing. But can you tell us a little bit about maybe some of the future plans from a utility? And are those future plans, do they involve any kind of revenue generation for the protocol?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I think, I
yeah,
mean,
is the short answer.
because
Yes.
nobody's really interested in anything but revenue, right? So, I mean, anything that we do implement in the future, it's got to generate some revenue, and I mean, for me, as an investor, that's what I look for. I mean, it's if you look at the NFT marketplace, I mean, it's completely saturated, and especially on the BNB network, that saturation involves a lot of like JPEG. You know what I mean? It's like you got this art, and some of it's great, but you can't do anything with it. You don't receive anything from it. So I mean, uh, for myself, I'm not too interested in that type of product. I would rather take the time it takes to produce something that generates a benefit, a reward. And I mean, there is nothing that's off the table. Leo, Seraph, The Witcher is the spirit of plastic, who is our team member. We all look forward to an ecosystem that generates that reward, whatever it may be. And we're constantly listening to any ideas coming from the community, and their input, as well as the input that we have. And like Leo says, we're holding our cards close to our chest. We've got products that we can put to work for us and have them release in a very short matter of time. We are timing these releases strategically. We want our community and our holders to benefit. We want them to win. We want everyone to win. So don't count us out. Definitely, you want to participate in our community, and ask more questions and see what we. And even if you join the community and you're not in there every day, come back and pop in, because you will be seeing products coming in the future that generate rewards.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
I
speaking of
mean,
sorry, go ahead, Leo.
no, all I was going to say, right? Okay, there are kind of like, I guess, next steps for DOGEGOD. There are kind of two options. Right? Some options are gated by our revenue and our transactional level at the moment, because we've just started out. Yeah, but when I mean, to give you an idea, okay, we have to you have to have a vision, right? You have to have a vision with a project, right? You can't just go, oh yeah, this is a great idea. Let's just go with it, suck it and see.
Yeah.
Okay, we've planned this out. I mean, you look at the cost and the time to produce the deliverables that we've done already, like the DApp, okay, the whole tokenomics, yeah. The fact that we've got today a liquidity pool of like $200,000, and we haven't even started yet. How many projects start off with that kind of financial footing? Yeah. For us, okay, the vision that we've got, okay, is we want to become 0.5% of all Dogecoin transactions. 0.5%, okay, would give us a $50 million MCAP. Yeah, that is what we're building the ecosystem around, right? As we as we move forward to that $50 million vision, as we get higher, we'll be able to add more stuff in it, right? More opportunities, right, to generate revenue and reward. But all these things are going to have one thing in common, right? It's all about the Dodge. It's all going to be about the generation of Dogecoin, because we believe like the Dodge that you earn today. I mean, okay, on a personal level, my portfolio for Dogecoin is set to $1. Because if I have to spend it, okay, I need to see with my eyes how much I'm losing. Because that's where I believe, Dogecoin's going. And that's the opportunity that people listening today, okay, should be made aware of. Because at the moment, you ask most people about Dogecoin, right? And it's a meme coin. It's just a meme coin. Well, no, it's not. Okay, and if you look at what what's happening, okay, with Dogecoin, it's absolutely amazing. Okay, because I mean, to give you an idea, okay, you know, Dogecoin is on the tip of global adoption. 100% believe that. Okay, because things are already in motion to make that happen. You've got Starlink, for instance. Okay, what does that mean? Well, that means that if you're a village in Africa, for instance, okay, you get an instruction manual on how to build a radio mask. You build a radio mask, which is cheap. Okay, and all of a sudden, all those phones in that area, okay, have got a Dogecoin wallet that interacts with the blockchain, and you don't need the internet. Think about that. That's absolutely amazing, right? And that's just one thing, right? Another thing, okay, that those guys are working on is lib Dogecoin. It's a library, right? That if you're a developer, okay, and you're writing an app, you don't need to know about the blockchain. Yeah, you just issue a simple command and you can interrogate it, do whatever you want with it. That's amazing. Because what that means, okay, is if you're, I mean, they use an example if you listen to the AMA, right? If you're like, say, Tesla, okay, sorry, yeah, and you're, selling your, your latest Tesla, okay, and you want to buy with Dogecoin, you set it so the transactions are like 10 blocks, for instance. So 10 blocks, and that's not an issue, right? Because it's an expensive item, it's worth lots of money. 10 blocks is no big deal, yeah. But if you're a market store and you're selling, vegetables or something, right, or a cup of coffee or something, you want that transaction to be instantaneous, right? You can set it so it's instantaneous. So you're a retailer, you could set Dogecoin up to suit your needs as opposed to the other way around. Okay, that's what something like Lib Dogecoin will be able to do. So if you're selling coffee, you want an instant transaction, right? Not a problem.
Mm.
Because the chances of it double spending are like minuscule, yeah? And even if they do, you've lost a cup of coffee, right? Okay, but the thing that people don't see with this stuff, right, is when you have a card and it's contactless and you get your coffee and it's instantaneous, right? As far as the retailer goes, they might not see that money in for like 30 days, yeah? And then when they see that money is going to have a commission, right? Because of all the because of all, because of the ecosystem that it uses, for that transaction to go through into their bank account, for instance, all the charges and stuff that they can get. So, that in itself, right? Okay, is huge. And on top of this, right, today, after 2 years plus years of development, yeah, the Dogecoin devs are starting to they're starting to talk about the Doge ETH bridge. Okay, that's been something that's been going on in the background for a couple of years now, right? Okay, at the moment, everything's Binance Smart Chain, yeah, primarily because of the cost.
Yeah.
That's it. But ERC20 at the moment completely, it's just out of the ball game, yeah. Well, with this bridge, what this means, just as an example, right? You could actually convert your ETH to Dodge, yeah, transmit it across, convert it back to ETH, which is literally fractions of a cent, right? And boom, digital transaction cost sorted out. Yeah. So, you know, the thing to note, okay, is, and this is why I'm so bullish about Dogecoin, right? Is what the devs are doing, they're, they're focusing on the building blocks. Yeah, and it's these building blocks, they're going to be the game changers. So when someone turns around to you and says, "Oh well, Dogecoin is just a meme coin, it's a joke," it's like, well, hang on a minute, the joke's on who? Is it on me or is it on you? Because the other thing as well, right? Okay, is you know, like who hasn't heard of Dogecoin now? Okay, Dogecoin is probably more popular than BTC now. Yeah, because people are learning about crypto, not from Bitcoin, but they're learning it from like Dogecoin because Elon Musk mentions it. Yeah, what they don't mention, right? Okay, it's not just Elon, right? But it's Vitalik as well. Okay, Vitalik is he's the guy that created Ethereum, right? So you've got the world's richest man plus the guy that created Ethereum, both supporting Dogecoin. Hmm. What do I go with? Do I go with somebody on a YouTube telling me that Dogecoin's crap? Yeah, because it's got no utility, because it's this, that, and the other. Or do I go with what Elon Musk has said and what Vitalik has said? You know, and these this is like so for us, it's all about the dodge. Yeah, we want to create DOGEGOD, right? Not to, give anyone like, wacky NFTs that are like, oh yeah, really nice, but how do they, how does that generate? Our question is, how does that generate Dodge for the investor? That's what we're asking ourselves, and we've got some ideas, okay, on the next steps. Yeah, okay, we're not going to share it because it's a competitive open source market. Great, wonderful. Okay, but let people copy us as opposed to us giving them instruction manuals or direction. Okay, but it has to add value to DOGEGOD, and by value it means it has to. How is it going to generate more Dogecoin for the investor? Because that's all we're about. We're just about Dogecoin, and
Yeah.
that's the.
I want to piggyback.
And,
I want to piggyback what Leo was saying too about the Starlink and the antenna and the ecosystem that provides to third world countries, and how massive that is. I mean, you have a villager that's trading a fish for some berries or some goat milk, where now he's selling his fish for Dogecoin. He can take his Dogecoin and he can buy shoes, he can buy clothes, he can have things shipped in from outside of his village to benefit like his whole family and his whole community. Like we're going to see currency being established in third world countries where their government has destroyed and hyperinflated their currency till it's worth nothing, and now have a currency that holds merit, holds value, and it just changes so many people's lives. It's just amazing.
Could Dogecoin become the world currency, you think?
absolutely,
It could.
absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
it could.
Absolutely. Listen, right? Okay, I'm not a Dogecoin. Well, I am a Dogecoin maximalist. Okay, but
Yeah.
I started life the complete other end of the spectrum, right? Okay, like for me, literally, it was a joke. Yeah, even when it appeared on a NASCAR, right? Okay, they spent like millions, right, on that kind of promotion and that. Like, it's still a joke. It was still a joke. It was only until I had a chance to buy lots. Yeah, and everyone and I came to the conclusion that it would never hit a third of a cent, and it blew past a cent. That's when I completely changed, actually, and that for me, okay, that's when I kind of opened my eyes to the whole Dogecoin ecosystem, because it shouldn't work, but it does. And if you actually speak to the devs and everything, you think, wow, what are these guys on? What are they working on? It's like, this isn't some corporate execs, right, around this suit. Oh, this is our strategic direction. Yeah, this is everything's going to be meta now, when we're going to do this, that. This is not. This is just basically, I would say, the essence of cryptocurrency, completely decentralized. Okay, and people with a good idea, wanting to make a difference, and they're doing it, and they're not motivated by money. If you listen to this stuff, they're motivated by the belief in what crypto can bring to kind of humanity, right? So I absolutely think it's going to be a global currency. But the funny thing is if you take a village in Africa, right? They've got their antennae set up. Yeah, they've just traded some, but they've just traded some, I don't know, milk. Okay, there's been a Dogecoin transaction. Okay, they both got phones, because phones are everywhere now on the planet. He goes, oh, I can't take Dogecoin. I need it in dollars. Yeah, no problem. In fact, you could have it in whatever currency you want, like that, on your phone. It's like, so, yeah. I mean, how long are we going to have cash in our pockets for, right? I mean, that's probably about as long as it's going to take for Dogecoin to be
True.
global
Even
currency.
now, I
So,
never have cash on me. I never have cash. Some places don't even take cash now, at least where I live. So, hey, before I don't want to forget this, because we spoke briefly about NFTs, and we have a couple of NFTs to give away, right? So
Yes.
I don't know if it's these NFTs, but you just sent me these as photos, or is it these NFTs we're giving away, or is there some? This was just examples.
These are the NFTs that are being given away. They were donated by a DOGEGOD, Doge believer, to be given away at this giveaway.
Okay,
These are Cybears. Yes, they're on the BNB Smart Chain.
Perfect. So here's what, if you want to win this, because some of you, you're going to, a lot of our community, they work and they don't attend these live. They catch the replay later. So this will be for the next 24 hours. So tomorrow, Wednesday at 4 p.m. UTC, we'll pick the two winners. All you have to do to enter is you have to go to our Trust Launch channel and just put in this word. And I need a code word from one of you guys. What's one word that they just put in? That's their entry ticket.
Leo?
Dogecoin.
Dogecoin.
Dogecoin. No
Not
surprises on
even
that
your
one.
own token, but Dogecoin. Okay, so if you put Dogecoin, just put Dogecoin in Trust Launch Portal, and then that's your ticket to enter. We'll do the draw tomorrow, and then these good guys at DogeGod will get these to you. Okay, awesome,
Got it.
guys. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yeah, the future. Here's the thing: crypto is just evolving like fast. It's like on an exponential chart. I mean, the
Yeah.
amount of movement that's happening so quickly. Like, let's even talk trends for a moment. Like, we see trends now starting and then ending like quick. It's like if you have an idea to launch a token now, like 6 months from now, that same idea might already be outdated. And so I think for those who can find projects that have a sustainability piece built in. So I like what you guys are doing. You got so many cool things. Before we end, I don't want to keep you guys too long. I know you're busy. You got a lot to do. Can we just briefly chat about the team, how you guys know each other? And the reason I ask that question is because we've seen more than one time where there is a good team supposedly together, and then it fractures and it falls apart, or one person's rugging the project and the other 4, 5, 6 didn't know, whatever it might be. So can you just tell us a little bit of the team, the background, how you guys got to know each other?
Sure. Well, okay, before I answer that question, I just want a little plug quickly. Okay, no one's going to be regging anybody because our tokens are locked for a year, generating no Dogecoin. So that's an impossibility, right?
Nice.
But of the four of us, right? Okay, three of us are from this scam coin. Yeah, three of us. I mean, we spent a good 2 or 3 months working together, and all we had was Dogecoin rewards. Yeah, to kind of turn the community around. So we got to know each other quite well. In parallel to this, I mean, I'll just hand over to Jay now because Jay, he has a link with CZ Zodiac. Okay, and when he made the link and he brought us together, and we started talking, and they were telling us about what they were doing, and we were thinking, well, we were telling them what we wanted to do, and that's where you get this perfect synergy, right? That Jay alluded to earlier. So the three of us have known each other since this scam coin, so it's going to be a year now. This July, a year ago, so we've known each other for a year, and we've been through some tough times, right? I mean, to get to August the 8th, right, our launch day, it was tough. It was, it was tough. But we had this belief, right? We've got this belief, and that's kind of sustained us through the difficult bits because it wasn't easy. Okay, but we got there. Jay, if you want to talk about your relationship with CZ and Plastic and.
Yeah, I've been in the Zodiac DeFi Bank before it was even a bank, and it over a year. And like James was speaking about earlier, that projects they're strengthened through exploits and fractures. And the same thing happened with Zodiac. Before it became a DeFi bank, and the technology that was created is what the whole ecosystem has been established off of. I mean, we took our ideas, we meshed it with the products that they created, with totally redeveloping CZUSD, because CZUSD, it backs itself. It's not an algorithmic stable coin. It's a stable coin that actually takes the assets over itself and locks it within its ecosystem, and then is creating leverage and more assets, constantly backing itself. And then, when it's lower, taking those assets and bringing it back up to a peg, but it does it in a way that it does not siphon the assets off of itself. So it's constantly growing. I mean, even the past 6 months, it's grown over $700,000. So we're going to see this immense growth from not only Zodiac DeFi Bank, but DOGEGOD as well, because we're a part of the ecosystem, like Leo was saying, like we were talking about earlier. It's symbiotic, So,
Yep.
of course, I started there just like with any project. And I ended up getting to know the team members and getting very close with them. And it might have even been painful for them, but it's been just absolute amazing journey, because that's how I look at blockchain. Really, it's us. It's a Trust Launch. It's James. It's the community members within Trust Launch. It's DOGEGOD, the team, the community. It's all of us. The souls, the lifeblood, the hearts that are pumping 24 hours a day, and putting energy and life into the blockchain. The zeros and the ones, they're cold without us. We connect, and we create friendships. And like James was saying earlier, projects, they're going to need to die for new technology to be developed. And basically that's the foundation of this ecosystem and this technology. It's products that were fractured, that were born off of technology that wasn't good, and transformed into long-lasting, sustainable new products that can save the blockchain, that can take that next leap forward to the next technology that's going to transform the blockchain.
I think, yeah. I mean, to add to that, okay, Jay, okay, he, was aware of CZ Zodiac, DeFi Bank and stuff, and when he kind of like presented it to the rest of us, we're like, oh yeah, okay, that's interesting, And then we got some backstory, okay, for us. So we were convinced on the tech, right? Okay, preliminary gave us an overview on what we could potentially offer, which excited us. Me personally, right? Okay, what cinched the deal for me, okay, was when I did my kind of due diligence, right, on CZ Zodiac DeFi Bank, okay, when CZUSD is a stable coin, but yeah, when that first launched, there was a problem with it. The dev made a mistake. It was a simple mistake, simple coding mistake. Okay, well, guess what? It was a mistake. It was exploited. It crashed, right? What happened then? Well, what happened then, okay, is the dev took complete ownership of it. Okay, fixed it and turned it around, and then supported anyone that was hurt by it. And that for me was like big tick box. Yeah, we got to work with this guy. Okay, because okay, especially if you're living in the Binance Smart Chain, if you spend too long just in that one particular part of crypto, you think everyone's a criminal. Okay, just in that particular space, right?
Yeah,
especially when you've been long rugged, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you've been long run and you thought you've established a relate, okay, so so when we found out that about him before we even started talking together, I'm like, we want this guy on our team. Yeah, so that's kind of how we came together. And then we came together. He gave us an idea of what they were working on. We then said, well, this is what we want to do, and yeah, it was just a perfect fit because it allows us to offer something completely different. Yeah, and it's something that is unique. So we're really happy.
The relationship, it allows us to actually provide new technology. It allows us to put our dreams and our goals into tangible technology that users can experience and benefit from. That's like, it's like I can feel the energy like coming up on my neck just hearing myself say that, because you have projects that say, oh yeah, this is going to be coming out or whatever. Hey, just buy this token or whatever, and we're going to use the money to build it later. And yet the Oracle is, I mean, you see it, James is showing it, there it is, it's ticking in real time. The Dogecoin's just generating, and it's like this kind of product right here takes so much time to develop, and Leo, how long did it take for the team to get this together when we really put our mind to it?
Okay,
Should we even say that?
I don't know. Well, Well, let's just say, right, okay, that we had a chance, right? Okay, I guess like any projects, right? We hit a crossroads, right? Because we could have gone with, something. We'd have gone with the same, and our differentiation was the fact that we're honest, okay, and we're not crooks, and we'd have built upon that. Or we could have gone with something completely different, yeah. Um, Not all of us wanted to go the completely different route, okay, so we split, yeah. But we split in a good way, right? Because those guys that aren't involved in it now, they're actually still part of the group, right? They're like part of the community, yeah. They went and bought DOGEGOD anyway. Um, what that meant, though, okay, is that not that long actually, not that long. I reckon probably about a couple of weeks, I think. Once we'd scoped it out, once we'd scoped the hard bit was scoping it out. The actual implementation of it was pretty quick, right? I mean, the implementation of it was pretty quick. That's why, like when we launched on the 8th of August, the DApp was ready and it was running. It was there and it was counting. Probably took about a couple of weeks, yeah. But then that's because we know what we're doing, to be honest with you. That's because we've got a handle on things. We're not approaching this fresh, or we're not looking to copy and tweak. It was one of the great things, right, that we actually started with a blank canvas for once. Not having to take something that someone else has done and trying to tweak it. Actually starting from a blank canvas for us ended up being easier than had we have taken something and had we tried to adapt it and had we tried to differentiate with kind of other people. So it's been 6 months, okay, and it's been a long 6 months, but the last bit was quite quick actually, because we'd kind of scoped out what we wanted to do anyway. So what would you say, Jay? What, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe?
The reason why I bring this up is because when there's innovation, there's new technology being established, the energy that is absorbed and the energy that takes flight, it just allows these processes to just unfold. And that's what happened here with DogeGod. It unfolded, I mean, like Leo was saying, in that 6 months, there was, 4 months of that was just, okay, yeah, we're looking like everything else out there, Divine stepped in and, everything changed, the passion, the ingenuity, the technology, the birth of what you see here, the ecosystem, like this is continually developing every day. And what I'm saying is you are going to see new technology come from DogeGod and come from the ecosystem, because that energy, when you tap into that, the greatest things are developed. And that's all we want, and that's what we're striving for, because anything that's been done before, we're not interested in it. We're really not, there's a few things the community we want to give that to them, but ultimately at the end of the day, we're looking for new technology, innovation, and that energy, that hair standing up on the back of your neck, and that, oh my gosh, here it is.
Yeah,
It's never been done before.
but there needs to be a reason behind it, right? There needs to be a reason behind it. There needs to be a reason behind it. And our reason's Dogecoin. I mean, it just so happens that there's an energy crisis at the moment. So, I mean, I'm a home miner, right? I've been mining Dogecoin for years, yeah. My miners haven't been on now for like 6 months. I can't afford it because of the electricity costs, yeah. It's no longer an option now. So, we're there. We find ourselves in a situation where if you're an investor and you want Dogecoin, you don't have to mine anymore. Instead of spending $2,000 on a mining rig, okay, where you hope to break even in like say 6, 8 months, spend $2,000 on DOGEGOD, okay, and then watch your rewards come in with no electricity costs, okay, and and already the ecosystem, we've only got a market cap of what, like 200K. I mean, to be honest, that's tiny. That's tiny. We should be looking at I mean, we've prepared an ecosystem, okay, to support 50 million. And the thing is because we had a blank actually to create the ecosystem, we were able to do that because we weren't held back by anything. Now, and I think that's what, Jay, you're trying to say, right? When we actually came together, no constraints. It was like, right, what's the objective? That's the objective. Okay, how can we do this? And boom, that's how DOGEGOD was born. But but all this stuff, there needs to be a reason behind it. Yeah, there needs to, you can have all this new tech, okay, but how many times? I mean, I bet we can all come up with pieces of technology, right, that have been fantastic, but have gone absolutely nowhere, right? Because there's just no demand for it. In the real world, there's like no demand for it. For us, there's a massive demand for Dogecoin, and it's going to get even bigger. So as long as we tap into that demand, we're staying true to our roots, staying true to our vision, and not deviating into other avenues.
I want to piggyback too off of what James and what Leah were saying, is that within the DOGEGOD ecosystem, okay, we're taking it into consideration. Not even consideration. It's just how we do our model, right? The investor, the ecosystem, right? The benefit, right? Because we're talking about rewards. So anything that we're doing, we want the rewards to benefit the investor, benefit the ecosystem, so that we're sustainable, we're long lasting, no matter what. So if you like those things, you have to take part in DOGEGOD and come see us.
Yeah, I mean, also as well, right? Okay, this lock, just to finish off this lock, right? There's another reason why we have the lock. Okay, is I can guarantee we're going to have problems moving forwards, right? Every project has problem moving forwards. Okay, how many projects are out there that they come across a really tough problem, and next to them, while they're trying to figure out the solution of the problem, there's a nice big bag of whatever it is, okay, just there, just enticing, and then just talking to them, saying, hey, look, why don't you just start from scratch? Yeah, just cash out and start from scratch, and this time you won't make any mistakes, right? Okay, well, what about the investor? Where does that leave the investor, right? How many projects take their investor with them, right? Okay, well, for us, I mean, I'm making it as a big sales point, right? The fact that it shouldn't be a sales point, it should be a fact. Okay, that if you believe in something, make some facts, right? Back it up with some facts. And that's what we've done. Okay, because when we get those tough problems, we're going to try and fix those problems. I mean, we wouldn't have done it anyway, right? Okay, because we believe in Dodge and stuff. But still, okay, that's just off the table, because there are many, many people, okay, that are going to be out there that are going to think, oh yeah, DodgeGod's a scam. Yeah, it's a scam. No, it's a scam. It's just another rewards token, isn't it? Yeah, well, you know how rewards tokens figure out, they just don't even bother looking, right? We've got all that to challenge. That's a challenge. And we're in good shape. I think we've covered all of the loopholes, right? Anyone looks at DOGEGOD, I would be lost trying to find a problem with it, actually, because it is an opportunity. But hey, I could be wrong.
Well, you are right in that there's always problems ahead. But as we always say to our community, it's just about solving the next problem, right? As project leaders, we are problem solvers. There'll always be a problem. So you solve it and you just stay in it. So I concur with what you're saying. Well, before I let you go, if people want to buy DOGEGOD, what should they do?
Leo?
Jay?
Leo?
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you have options, right? I mean, you can buy it on PancakeSwap. You can buy it through, CZ Cash, okay, which is a DApp which is, a payment portal that CZ Zodiac DeFi Bank created. I recommend going through that, because then you eliminate any extra steps. Because if you go through PancakeSwap, you need to convert. The pair is CZUSD and DOGEGOD, not BNB. So you have to do a manual conversion, set it up. Whereas if you go through CZ Cash, it's just a one-click, press a button, whatever you've got, it just does a straight swap. That's it. So PancakeSwap or CZ.cash.
And please go to dogegod.io for the contract, for the purchase links. Okay, before we even deployed, when we just created the Telegram page We had 2 scam coins created on PooCoin, which we have no coin on PooCoin. Okay, PooCoin does not recognize CZUSD, is why we use dexgreen.com. They're wonderful. They, take our calls and can, help us with any, blip glitch that comes up. And, we've had members that have FOMO'd in and used PooCoin. Please do not. We're not there. Those are scams. Yeah, if you are using Pancake because you are familiar with Pancake, you like using Pancake Swap, please make sure that you swap your tokens to CZUSD before you go to DOGEGOD, and vice versa. Always swap your DOGEGOD to CZUSD. Because
We've got a video
Pancake
guide,
does,
right?
we
We've
do have a
got
video.
guides, right? So if
Yeah.
you're lost, then,
Yep,
then
we've created all the
video
videos. We've got YouTube. We've got in our community as well. Pancake, they do not want to update their routers. They're very difficult to talk to as well. So we've CZ DeFi Bank, they've created an updated v2.99 swap router that has a DogeGod token right in it. It's right at the top. You don't have to implement the contract address. You don't have to worry about swapping to CZUSD. You can come in with your BNB. You can come in with your dot. You can come in with your Ellipsis Finance, and you can swap it right through, no problem, seamless.
Yeah, and I just brought up the Pancake Swap just to show people, like, you can't just go and trade BNB for DogeGod. You'll get this screen, but they've got lots of videos on their site on how to do it. And of course, if you just go to their D app, it's pretty easy. I think you guys have made it very easy to go ahead and purchase. So for sure.
Thank you, James.
Excellent, guys. Hey, it's been a pleasure to have you on here today. And I know there's so much more we could talk about, but hey, you guys got things to do. We got things to do. But definitely we're going to keep following your progress because, again, I think you just have a fantastic project here. There's a lot of things I love about your project so far. I love some of the new innovations. I've loved the pairing to the stable coin. I love the price floor that you guys have in there. I love how that how you've hitched your wagon to Doge because you see that as a bright future. And I like the transparency and the feel of your team. So that's big for us at Trust Launch, right? Like, we're all about like finding trustworthy projects with trustworthy dev teams that have potential, and then linking that with some serious investors. So again, thanks for being on here today. It's been great to have you guys.
Thank you, James.
Thanks,
Thank you,
man.
Trust Launch.
Yeah. Hey, if you guys can, before you head off, well, I'll say goodbye now, but just wait for me backstage, and then I'll chat with you there really quickly. Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Awesome, guys. See ya. All right, everybody. So I hope you enjoyed that conversation with the team, or at least half the team over at DogeGod. Again, they've just got some really cool things going on, and definitely wanted to show that to you. Of course, like any investment, you got to do your own research, right? Do your own research. Just because we have somebody on Trust Launch doesn't mean that that's 100% guaranteed thing. But again, we try to have projects on here only that we feel good about, or that we ourselves would want to invest in. And I feel like DogeGod is one of those. So anyways, more AMAs to come. There's another one coming up on Thursday. We'll give you all the links soon for that. Don't forget to type Dogecoin in the Trust Launch portal for a chance to win one of those Cybear NFTs. All right, everybody, that's it for this AMA, and we will chat with you later.